Hi, today is February 28th, 2025, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 323 for the year, Sky, Moon, Cloud, Bird. I limited my attention to things I could have seen 100 million years ago, sky, moon, cloud, bird, and tried to imagine what it would be like to have no words, and to be rendered speechless before one had words, when one could see sky, moon, cloud, bird, but could not name them. Was it easier to be overcome and struck dumb with wonder before there were words? The bird flew off, leaving only sky, moon, cloud, leaving only things that could have been seen 4.5 billion years ago, if only there had been eyes to see them. Poem number 324, The Time Between. The time between the beginning of birds and now is about the same as the time between the beginning of the earth and clouds, a few 100 million years. The time between when I think of your kiss and when you kiss me seems even longer than that. Poem number 325, Since the Beginning. A lot has happened since the beginning of birds, in no particular order: rocket ships, rock and roll, Rock Hudson, the Rock of Ages, Rock Island Line, the Big Rock Candy Mountain, Pop Rocks, and that's just the stuff with rocks in it. And that's not nearly all the stuff with rocks in it. Of course, there were rocks before there were birds. Hell, there were rocks before there were clouds. A lot has happened since the beginning that I would have no idea about, since the beginning was billions of years ago. Poem number 336, And then she said something that had nothing to do with anything. And then she said anything that had something to do with nothing. And then she said nothing that had anything to do with something. And then she said nothing more. And then she said nothing less. And then she said nothing else. And then she said nothing at all. And the last poem of the day, last poem of the month, Another February Gone. Another February gone, and this one was one of the worst ever. So much suffering caused, and so much more put into place. In 5 or 10 years, will 90% of America wonder how we could have let this happen? What makes this February so bad is the expectation of so much worse to come. It is difficult to construct any kind of beautiful meaning out of what is coming to pass, which must be at least part of why I'm inclined to look to the sky, and the cloud, and the moon, and the bird, and imagine the beauty of prehistory. Goodbye, February. Goodbye, first full month of Trump 2. Goodbye. And, I want to reread one of these poems without one line. See if I like it better. Poem number 324, The Time Between. The time between the beginning of birds and now is about the same as the time between the beginning of earth and clouds. The time between when I think of your kiss and when you kiss me seems even longer than that. Yeah, that's how it should be, cutting out that a few 100 million years line. Anyway, thank you for indulging me. I appreciate you. See you next month. Oh, and new book coming out later today, hopefully, or tomorrow.